What is going on YouTube? I'm excited to bring you guys another flipping series episode today. Last video we were able to make it up to 13 mil and we are now 1.3% of our way to getting 1 billion GP flipping. Last episode I wanted to begin with lower to mid tier flips so that you guys could get the hang of flipping on your own, but now that we've covered that, I'm going to be doing more mid to high flips in this video. Womp, 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 womp. Subscribe. So let's get started, guys. I'm just logging in here and showing you guys my offers. Alright, so right before I went to bed last night, I put a bunch of offers in here. I noticed some downward trends in a few of these products. So it looks like we were able to buy all of our Divine Bastion potions overnight, a bunch of anti-venoms, and we were able to sell off some of our items from last video. So to further help you guys understand, I'm just going to throw up the Divine Bastion potions up here first on the GE tracker. So we bought these items roughly around here. It was 8 o'clock on April 7th. And you can start to notice a trend just by looking at this graph. The trend is the graph is going upwards. If we take a closer look towards the left hand side of the graph, you can see that the price spikes down to our buy number like 5 or 6 times within the 10-hour period. So even though the live price is 29.3, we can actually safely list this at 28.8, anticipating the downward spike because of this information. And that's exactly what happened. Overnight it spiked downwards. We were able to buy it at 28.8, and in the morning the graph was trending upwards, so we were able to actually sell these for 29.4, giving us a 1.5 mil right off the bat. The anti-venoms didn't do as great, but they still made us 200k for 1k of them, so that's pretty good as well. The next flip I'm gonna show you guys is actually what I like to call a fast action flip, and I'm going to be buying these, and as soon as I get them, I'm going to be selling them back right away. So you can see here the ethers are going for 42.8 if you buy them, but they're selling pretty quickly at 43.3. Now the problem with ethers is there's a lot of volume involved, which means the price becomes a little volatile. So when you get these ethers, you have to sell them back faster so that you can make the money quickly. Basically, as soon as that slot opened, I would shove my ethers that I've bought in there at the same price to sell them off, and we're getting roughly 120 GP per bracelet. And after about 5 to 10 minutes of doing this, we ended up with 280k. Not bad. Okay, so moving on to the next flip here that we're going to focus on, the Divine Combat Super Potions. Just taking a quick look at GE Tracker here, you'll notice the same thing is happening for these potions. The buy price is spiking downwards, which means we can comfortably buy underneath the actual offer price. And because the buy price of the item is actually spiking, but the sell price isn't, we were actually able to buy under the market and then sell at current market price, bringing our ROI for this one at an insane 225 GP per item, and our total profits for the Divine Super Combats at 1.83 mil. Alright guys, so I was just scanning around on GE Tracker and I noticed a huge dump on these opals. When these happen, you actually have to act like super quick, so I went ahead and bought them immediately at 1200, and it wasn't that long before they were sold at 1425, which not only recovered our 300k oopsies from last video, but actually made us a total of 1.8 mil if you include the loss. Just for clarity purposes, I want to quickly show you guys what it looks like on GE Tracker. You have a nice line of a graph that goes steady, and all of a sudden you have this big down decline. Now this is where you're going to want to buy as fast as you can, as much as you can. Especially on an item like this that sells roughly 400,000 volume in 24 hours, you know that price is going to shoot right back up like shown. So if you're actually scared of flipping or you're just a beginner flipper, these are the actual best flips to do. And speaking of dumps, we actually found another one not too much longer later. And the best part about dumps is usually they instantly buy, so you're not waiting around for them to buy, and they also usually instantly sell as well. So we got these blue Dragonhides at 1457 coins, and if we go back to GE Tracker, you'll see the average price for these being over 1500. Also, you can note here that it is on a upward trend as well. And it wasn't long at all before they sold at 1517 GP. I think this was like record timing. This was like a 4-minute flip, adding up another 542k to our profits. Alright, so let's move on to another couple flips that we have going on here. So we bought the Ring of Wealth at 13,061 GP. And taking a quick look at GE Tracker here, you can see the same thing is happening. The price at the top, the seller price, is remaining stable between 13,300. However, the buy prices are dropping drastically down. So we actually have a super unique opportunity for this one. The sell price remains the same price, so we can actually buy these items at a super low price. And if I put my cursor here just for an example for you guys, we could have been buying it as low as 12.7 and then selling it back for 13.3. And if you scroll up here real quick, the tax is only 130. So you could have been at this point in time buying these for a 400 GP profit each. Now, unfortunately, because we actually bought this item early, and one of the rules is I can't use an alt account, we weren't able to make 400 GP per item like shown. However, we were still able to take home a staggering 1.04 mil, so we'll take that and we'll add it to our total profits. Okay, so moving on to the next flip, I noticed that the Sanfew Serums, or however you say that word, they were spiking up and down at 25.5k. So of course we put in an offer for those. And when we come to GE Tracker here, this one's actually a little bit different. There's no downward spiral, or we're not guessing the graphs. This is just what we call a plain out good flip. I mean, if we come here and we look, the buy price is always far away from the sell price, making this always a pretty profitable item for the most part. Even back here, the same thing happens, and even over here, the same thing is happening. So, Sanfew Serum seemed to be a overall good flip. And they definitely did not disappoint here. You can see that they all sold, and we made an insane amount of 1.39 mil. Adding that as well to our total profits. I just wanted to stop here real quickly and just say, you can see at the bottom right, there's obviously some items that I'm not including, and that's not because I don't want to include them, it's just because they made such little GP margins that it just doesn't make sense to include them in the video. I want you guys to be seeing all the crazy flips. I don't want you guys to be seeing graphs and whatnot just for 200 or 300k. Alright guys, so the next one here is going to be one of my favorite flips, and you'll see this one a lot more through this series. It's going to be the Antidote Plus, and we got these ones at 4625. So if we head over to GE Tracker real quick, you'll see why this is my favorite item. You'll see a lot of general down spikes. So here on the left, it drops and then drastically increases, and then it drops again, and then it drops again over here, and again here, and again here. So it doesn't matter what the price is, as long as you catch them on a big drop, you're gonna make a lot of money on this item. And again, because the volume is so high, we're not worried about the item price rising or falling. If you buy here at 5,027, for example, and then sell at 54.56, as long as you're selling it within an hour or two, you see the price doesn't really change. It actually gets better because you're going to be going from 5k all the way up to 5.6 there. And even if it were to spike a bit, maybe 5.3, you're still alright because it's only 55 tax, so you're still making so much money. Alright guys, so the antidotes have now sold. I don't know why it says members next to it, that's very strange, but they have sold for a total profit of 1.008 mil, so we'll add that to our total profit. Alright guys, so taking a look at our total profits, we are now sitting at 23.8 mil, and we are now 2.3% of the way there to our goal of 1 billion GP. Now in the next few videos you will see me doing a lot more high grade flips, but again, I just wanted to do those low to mid ones for you guys, just so you can see that it is possible to make a lot of money flipping. Mind you, this was only a day or two of pre-recording, and you don't really have to do much other than buy and sell every few hours. So if you spend like 5 minutes every couple hours, you're not spending much time on Runescape at all, and you're still making like 10 to 15 mil a day. I worked super hard on this one, guys. You could give me a like, that would be very appreciated. I'll see you in the next episode.